Hi, everybody. Welcome to peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek and Randy Ursery Field, where tonight we'll play the second District 26A game of the year. It's the Ridgepoint Panthers taking on the Austin Bulldogs. This is VypeFortBend.com, and I'm Roger Smith, your host for a game that will surely be played on a very, very chilly night. Glad you are with us. It's time to bring you the Batter Up Show, and we'll have interviews with both head coaches, starting with Clinton Welch of Ridgepoint. This VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity is a proud supporter of Fort Bend and Greater Houston High School sports on VypeFortBend.com. With the new Xfinity Sports Zone app, watch multiple games at once and check live stats and scores while watching another game. It's the best sports entertainment experience with Xfinity X1. And by First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the spring. First Tire and Automotive has locations in First Colony, Greatwood, Katy Cinco Ranch, and on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land. All four of them are open on Saturdays. For the best prices on tires, go to firsttireandauto.com. All right, we will step aside and bring you the Batter Up Show when we return, as we'll talk with Clinton Welch, the head coach of the Ridgepoint Panthers, whose team won their first district game 5-2 on Tuesday night against Clements. And that was a game, of course, which you heard right here on VypeFortBend.com. Be right back.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now, with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number one, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Batter Up Show as we get you ready for Ridgepoint against Austin. We're at Randy Ursery Field, and it's time to talk to Clinton Welch, whose Ridgepoint Panthers are 1-0 after their first game against Clements on Tuesday night. What are some of your takeaways from that game against the Rangers?
Well, I mean, we're playing in our home park. We did what we need to do, minimized walks. Tyler Dasher did a good job of throwing 3 pitches for a strike like he's been doing so far this year. And, generally speaking, there's not going to be very many runs scored in our park because of the wind blowing in. So as far as execution, overall we did a good job on stolen bases, moving runners around. So we were pretty pleased with it. I thought we played well.
Usually when the teams get into the district schedule, I don't really ask too much about things that happen in pre-district, but there was one kind of unique thing. I believe your team won 2 games in walk-off fashion within the span of about 22 hours, and in one of the games you won 1-0 despite your team not getting a hit. You've been coaching a long time. Did anything like that ever happen before?
Yes, I've lost a game where our pitcher threw a no-hitter also, so I've been on both ends of that now.
Well, it is fun to see a walk-off, but you usually want it to be with a bang, not a whimper. I think one of them was either aided or finished by a balk. Is that correct?
The balk moved the runner over to another base, and then there was a bunt play that scored the run.
All right. Well, let's, first of all, you already talked about Tyler Dasher and his great pitching effort on Tuesday night. Who's going to be starting for you this evening?
Parker Menifee is going to start.
Well, I've been really impressed with his versatility. I mean, he's a great two-sport athlete. And what are some of the things that you know that he'll be able to do when he's 100% out there on the mound for you?
Well, he's just somebody who's, hopefully he's going to throw strikes. That's what he's been doing, which is going to be the key element for us always. But just keeping his composure, he's not going to let the moment bother him, so he should be fine.
All right. Well, it's always good to talk to you, and I hope you brought all of your cold weather gear. I have a feeling it's going to get pretty chilly before this one's over.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. That is Clinton Welch, head coach of the Ridgepoint Panthers, and we'll be back with our visit with Jim Tucker, the head coach of the Austin Bulldogs, when we return on VypeFortBend.com. I'm Roger Smith, and our coverage tonight is brought to you by Xfinity and First Tire and Automotive, and we also appreciate the assist of Office Depot in Sugar Land, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace. They have been helping us take care of business all season long as we've been bringing you Fort Bend County sports every single week. We'll be right back with Coach Tucker when we continue on VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Welcome back to the Batter Up Show. It's time to talk to Jim Tucker, whose team lost a tough one at Travis, one of those 1-0 games, and every once in a while those pop up. So what are some of the takeaways from that, and was there anything specific you needed to say to your team to kind of get back on the horse tonight against Ridgepoint?
Man, I tell you what, that was a really fun baseball game on both sides. Just pitched well, played good defense, and just a fun game. We came out on the wrong end of it, but really, really well played on both sides. Travis got a good squad, and we came to play that night as well. We didn't get it done when we needed to. We talk all the time, and our theme of the year is finding a way, and we just got to find a way to get a hit when we needed it, and we didn't get it done, but we've been working hard since then, and hopefully we'll find a way to get it done tonight.
And that's always tough when Ryan Dugas pitches as well as he did, and he comes away with an L on his record. That's just most unfortunate. But what were some of the things that he just did in a masterful way against Travis?
Man, I got to tell you, he was really, really good. He got ahead in the count, and he was locating his fastball, and he was doing everything we tell our pitchers to do. Change speeds, change eye levels, and compete and attack the zone throughout the game, and he did that. I think he was somewhere around 80-something pitches in 6 innings, so extremely efficient and just attacking hitters, and he did a great job. It's just unfortunate he had to take the loss for it.
And I believe his dad is a doctor, and he was pitching like a surgeon.
I don't know about his dad, what his dad does, but I'm tell you what, he was really, really good, and you know, we expect that from him from here on out. He's shown it in most of his starts, and you know, we're looking for more of that from him.
Because you got a complete game from him, I guess it's pretty much all hands on deck in this game against Ridgepoint. But who's going to start for you?
We got Bryson Williams on the mound tonight. He's been looking really good in his last few outings. Just kind of the same thing. He's locating a fastball and changing speeds and just attacking hitters. His last outing, he threw a no-hitter against Huffman, and you know, we're kind of riding the coattails of that, and just we feel confident in what he can do for us tonight.
All right. Always good to talk to you, and good luck tonight against Ridgepoint, and appreciate you spending some time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
That's Jim Tucker. That has been the Batter Up Show, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and get you all set for tonight's game. Let's see, it's 2 nights after St. Patrick's Day. It's the last night of winter. We're into daylight savings time, so we'll set up all those nuances of this ball game for you when we return on VypeFordBend.com. Glad you're with us.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number 1, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
All right, we're back, and the Austin Bulldogs are on the field and ready to go. So first, we'll give you the Ridgepoint lineup. Justin Vossas playing shortstop and leading off for the Panthers. Kyle Rosa is in left field batting second. Batting third, it is the first baseman, Garrett Johnson. Brandon Nelson is the catcher and bats cleanup. Batting fifth, it's Zach Ellis at second base. Joe Richard batting sixth, and he's the DH in place of the pitcher, Parker Menifee. Owen Ferris plays right field and bats seventh. Batting eighth, it's J.J. Kennett at third base. And Tyler Dasher bats ninth and plays center field for the Ridgepoint Panthers. And for the Austin Bulldogs on defense, Bryson Williams is on the mound, the big right-hander. Eros DeSiga is his catcher. Ryan Dugas at first base. Blake Watts at second. It's Benjamin at third. Harrison Golden at third base. McGoldrick in left field. Ryan Branch in center. And Logan Witt, the freshman phenom, is in right field for the Austin Bulldogs. They lost a tough one, 1-0 on Tuesday night against the Travis Tigers over at their place. And meanwhile, the Ridgepoint Panthers were beating Clements in the district opener for them, which we brought to you on our broadcast. 5-2 is the final score in that game. Now Justin Vossas stands in, and Justin Vossas leads the team in doubles with 7. He's got a triple and a homer on the season. Right-handed batter. There's shade across half of the infield as Williams rocks and brings the first pitch. Swung on, and it's high into left field. It's going back, and it's chasing Branch near the fence, and it gets over the head of the right fielder, Logan Witt, as the ball twisted over to the right. So there's a double for Vossas, and he continues to lead the team, and now he's got 8 doubles. There's not too much wind. There's a little bit, and it's blowing out toward right field. So here is Kyle Rosa. 3-game hit streak for Kyle, 5 for his last 9 with a pair of doubles during that streak. And now Williams goes set and brings it. And it's a bunt attempt by Rosa, and it comes straight back. And that's strike 1. Going to try to bring us some natural sound here, hopefully. That will bring you the excitement of the game and maybe some private conversations with the fans. We can't come back and edit the podcast, by the way. Now Williams comes set, looks back at second. Vasso's taking his lead. Here's the pitch, and it's way up and in, and that knocks Kyle down. 1-1 the count. So we've got the entire pitcher's mound in shade and sunlight on first base and second base. And a gentle wind blowing out toward right field. Rosa with a slightly open stance. DeSiga sets up on the outside corner. Here's the pitch, and it's inside and bunted toward third, and it's going to go through everyone. Everybody is safe. It's an infield single for Rosa. And over to third goes Vossas, and Ridgepoint is threatening already here in the first inning. Now Garrett Johnson, the first baseman. Garrett is 4 for his last 7, and a pair of RBIs during that streak. Had 2 stolen bases during Tuesday night's game. Right-handed hitter. And Williams looks over at Rosa, who leads off at first. There's a pitch, and it's high, 1-0 on Garrett Johnson. There are very, very few left-handed bats in the Ridgepoint roster. Brandon Nelson, the catcher, who's due to bat next, is the only one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and that is powered to left field. It's chasing McGoldrick back. It's over his head. It one-hops the wall. Vossas comes in to score. Rosa turning third and holding on right there. And with nobody out, Ridgepoint already leads this ball game 1-0, and nobody out. Now there are runners at second and third after the double from Garrett Johnson.
Brandon Nelson.
Now Brandon Nelson, left-handed hitting catcher. Brandon was 0 for 2 against Clements on Tuesday, but he did have an RBI. Crowds the plate from the left-handed box. The Dogs in their white uniforms with the black numerals and letters trimmed in red. White caps with the black bills. First pitch to Nelson. Tailing fastball misses away, 1-0. We'll have more baseball for you next week, Tuesdays and Fridays from here on out, with a little bit of softball sprinkled in if we can ever do an extra game We will. And Nelson swings hard, and that's high in the air in foul territory behind the plate. DeSiga tracking, and he can't quite catch up to it. Never realized how long DeSiga's hair was. It's spring break. You know, I guess if he was going to get a haircut, this would have been the time. But we're pretty much out of time, unless he wants to go somewhere on a Saturday. You know, you could go to Sport Clips and watch March Madness. 1-1 the count on Nelson. You might want to jack one into the wind, pull it over the right field fence. That's probably going through his head. The 1-1 is grounded foul on the right side, and it just misses going into the Ridge Point dugout. The Dogs in their second season under their head coach Jim Tucker, but as you realize, his first season was quite unfulfilling. What with the cancellation in the middle of March. Here's the 1-2. Down and in on Nelson, and the count 2-2. By the way, Nelson's last name makes me think of, there's this place in the Houston area where they sell plants and rocks and do landscaping. It's called Nelson Water Gardens. I don't think there's any connection. Nelson patiently moving the bat behind his head. Williams brings it. Swung on, and it's a fly ball on the infield. It'll be a third baseman's play in fair territory as Harrison Golden just moves over and makes the play. That's the first out.
Second baseman, number 6, Zach Ellis.
So you have Rosa still at second and Garrett Johnson still at third, and now Zach Ellis. Zach is 2 for his last 6, and it's right back to the right-handers. And I guess I can't say what I was going to say about Nelson Water Gardens until Brandon comes up again. Here's the pitch. And there's a laced line drive right up the middle into center field. Here comes Rosa to score. Around third and coming home is Johnson. And it's 3-0 Ridge Point with only 1 out in the top of the first. So Zach Ellis now 3 for his last 7.
Number 20, Joseph Richard.
Joseph Richard now stands in. He's the DH in place of the pitcher, Parker Menifee. And we'll see if Ellis decides to try and steal a base. Just in case he had so many thoughts, Williams threw over, and he had to dive back in. He is taking a pretty good lead out there. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Now it looks like the wind has died down a bit. Joe Richard with the open stance. Wears gloves on each hand. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. They've repainted the fence here at Austin, and I don't know what the dimensions of the outfield fence are, although I do know in the power alleys it's 361 because that's the Corpus Christi area code. Throw over, gets away, and Ellis is going to get to at least second. Running over there to pick it up is Dugas, and the lefty gets it back in. So another runner in scoring position on the errant pickoff try, and Joe Richard standing in the box with a 1-1 count. We were going to bring you a Ridge Point softball game tomorrow against Cinco Ranch, but that game has been canceled, so no broadcast. Here's the 1-1. Outside, DeSiga does a nice job backhanding it. And we have some late arrivals here. I realize that some members of the party that just showed up are Ridge Point softball girls. I think I recognized Grace Yannick, the third base player. Williams looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Good cut, but fouled straight back, and Joe Richard, 2-2 count. Hustling over to pick up that errant baseball is J.J. Kinnett. Williams trying to wriggle out of trouble. He's already given up 3 runs. Just 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just high. And the count now full on Joe Richard. Gotta have that. Love the organ being played in the ballpark. Even if it's a recording, that's okay. 3-2 on its way. Richard swings and misses. Pulling the string was Williams, and he got a much-needed strikeout. That's his
Right
first.
fielder.
2 away, and now Owen Ferris.
Owen Ferris.
Owen Ferris scored a run in the win over Clements. He wears the black shoes. He's old school. Also those stirrup socks. But sometimes they make fake stirrup socks, you know, kind of like a tie that you just clip on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. 0-1 on Ferris.
Let's go 5, squared it up. Go.
Ridgepoint wearing the road gray pants with the purple piping down either leg. And the purple jerseys with white numerals and letters. And by the way, there's a reason that Ridgepoint is purple, and this week is a good time to talk about it. The 1-0 to Ferris. There goes the runner, and it's popped into short center field. Going back is Benjamin, and he runs it down. And that retires the side. Ridgepoint does, however, pick up 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. Correction, they're actually 4 hits, 2 runs on 4 hits, and one of them was a bunt single bleeder. But nevertheless, we're going to the bottom of the first, and it's 3-1. Ridgepoint on top of Austin.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Here's the Austin Bulldogs lineup.
Defensively for Ridgepoint, first baseman is Johnson.
It is Niquan Benjamin leading off, and he plays shortstop. Ryan Dugas, the first baseman, batting second. Harrison Golden at third and batting third. Logan Witt, the right fielder, and the freshman is batting cleanup. Tyler Doe is the DH in place of the left fielder McGoldrick. Batting seventh, Eros DeSiga, the catcher. Ryan Branch in center field and batting eighth. And Bryson Williams is the pitcher for the Dogs, and he will bat for himself in the 9-hole.
Leading off for your Bulldogs in the bottom of the first, the shortstop, number 13, Niquan Benjamin.
Niquan Benjamin is an ideal table setter for these Austin Bulldogs. He had a double against Travis on Tuesday night, and he went 2 for 4 and also had a double in the game against Westside, a tournament game that we brought you earlier, about a week and a half ago, and he had 2 RBIs in that game. And Parker Menifee brings the first pitch swinging. It's a 2-hopper to third, and it's picked up and thrown across, and Kennett makes the play. That goes 5-3, and after one pitch, Parker Menifee has recorded 1 out. Now Ryan Dugas, left-handed swinger, a junior, had a great pitching effort against Travis on Tuesday night. Righty bringing it to lefty. Here it comes. just high, and it's ball one on Dugas. He wears the white New Balance shoes, which my kids used to make fun of me for wearing those, which I didn't think was fair. Down and in with a second pitch, and it's 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 from Menifee, and Dugas swings and fouls it out of play back into our left. So for Parker Menifee, he's been nursing a few injuries. His last pitching outing was in a Friday tournament game against Stratford where he pitched 5 innings and threw 88 pitches. Here's the 2-1, and it's in there for a strike, 2-2. Also in that game against Stratford, Menifee threw 56% strikes, didn't give up any hits or runs, struck out 4 and walked 3. Winds up and brings the next one. It's a hard ground ball to Vazis at short. Swallows it up, fires across, and 2 away.
Third baseman, number 11, Harrison Golden.
Now Harrison Golden stands in. As he's got some kind of fabric coming out the back of his helmet. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm curious about such things. Menifee delivers the first pitch, breaking ball outside for ball one. Golden had a double against Travis. He also had a double against Huffman in a Friday tournament game. That pitch is down and away, and Menifee falls behind Golden 2-0. Golden leans back a little bit in his batting stance. Here comes the 2-0, and he rips, and it goes straight back into the chain link backstop. And head coach Jim Tucker's son Peyton comes out to retrieve the ball. That kid's getting big. He wears as big a shoe as his dad. Already. Here's the 2-1. And that is up and in, and Golden just avoids getting hit in the shoulder, or even worse, the neck or the head. But no harm done. 3-1, though. Logan Witt scheduled to bat next. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, and that fills the count. Golden's a senior, and that makes him a smart guy. He's wise enough to wear a pad on his instep of his left foot. Just in case he fouls one off, he takes ball 4 down and away. And with 2 outs, the Bulldogs have a runner.
Right fielder, number 7, Logan Witt.
So Logan Witt will stand in. On Saturday, that was a tournament game. Swings at the first pitch and golfs it over near the tennis courts. By the way, there's a whole lot of construction going on at Austin High School, and it seems like it's been that way all school year because, well, I guess it has. Here's the 0-1, breaking ball high. Breaking ball that didn't break. Witt, no relation to Bobby Witt, who used to pitch for the Rangers. And there's a throw over and very close as Menifee almost got Golden leaning the wrong way. He had some very close pickoff attempts during our Tuesday night broadcast at Ridgepoint. It looked like at least a couple of them were outs, but the runner was called safe each time. The 1-1 is up and in, 2-1. Parker Menifee was a fearsome player on the football field, a great tight end. There's sunshine on the outfield fence. Everything else is in shade, and the lights are on. Here's a strike at the knees right down the middle of the plate. In the count, 2-2. Menifee in the gray cap with the purple visor comes set, comes home, swing and a miss at the low pitch. The bottom dropped out on that one. First strikeout for Menifee, and it retires the side. This is VypeFortBend.com. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base for the Dogs. We'll continue to the second. Ridgepoint 3, Austin nothing.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
Ridgepoint will send up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the top of the second. J.J. Kennett, Tyler Dasher, and back to the top, Justin Vassas. The temperature is supposed to get down into the 40s tonight. I'm sure it'll be in the low 50s by the time we finish this ball game. More student athletes from other schools coming to the game. All right, Williams brings the first pitch, and it is high, ball 1 to J.J. Kennett. Kennett playing a mean third base for the Panthers. Started to go after the second pitch, and it's down and in for a ball. He stepped out, but then right back on like the subway was about to leave. Here comes the 2-0. Breaking ball. Right over the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. Williams nods at his catcher. DeSiga sets up on the outside corner. Here comes the 2-1. That's in there for a strike, and I get the feeling Kennett didn't think so. Maybe thought it was high.
Go, JJ.
Williams nods. DeSiga again setting up outside. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball outside, and the count is full, 3-2.
Good eye, 4. He's on deck.
And here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and grounded foul on the left side. Ridgepoint is purple because of the influence of former assistant athletic director of the Fort Bend ISD, Terry Priest, who went to Abilene Christian, who, guess what? They're in the March Madness. They're taking on the Longhorns. That'll be tomorrow night. Another 3-2 pitch, down and away for a ball and a leadoff walk for J.J. Kennett. Now Tyler Dasher comes up.
Number 2, Tyler Dasher.
He was the pitching hero on Tuesday night, although he really felt like he should have had a complete game, and I kind of have to agree. He threw what would have been the game-ending strike 3, but it was not called a strike, and he pitched 6 2/3 innings in a game for the second time this year. Williams comes set. Now it's a bunt attempt, but it goes straight back into the vinyl padding. Check that. It's not vinyl padding. It's more like that tennis court stuff, you know, so the headlights won't get in your eyes when you're trying to return a serve.
Way better than Game Changer.
Righty to righty. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Tied him up inside. And it's 0-2.
Let's go, Tyler.
Everything I have on Tyler is about pitching. Don't have any hitting stats. But he does have an open stance. I can tell you that. Here's the 0-2. And he rips it down the left field line, but it's twisting into the bullpen area. And I'm glad he did that because that helps me figure out that someone's warming up for Austin. I had not been looking in that direction. And that someone is Tyler Doe. Williams comes set, ready to bring another 0-2. Here it comes. And again, grounded foul and a nice move by Coach Welch. Ridgepoint made it to the state finals in 2019, but nobody got to finish their season in 2020. There's, as we prep for an 0-2 pitch, there's a throw over and Kennett dives back in. When I get to heaven, I want to know what Ridgepoint would have done if there had never been a COVID-19 in 2020.
We do too.
And I miss those seniors already. There's a little nubber. Right back to Williams. Doesn't pick it up clean, but he does throw to first in time. And a mild collision there between Dasher and the first baseman for Austin, Ryan Dugas,
Shortstop,
but everybody's okay.
Justin Vosses.
Go 8.
So now back to the top, and Justin Vosses, who doubled and came around to score his first time. So score that last one, 1-3. Vosses moving the dirt around. Looks like he's squishing a bug with his right foot. Williams with a runner in scoring position, looks back there. And delivers the first one to Vosses. Breaking ball and a beauty on the outside corner, nothing in one. Justin has a home run during this season, but it's been a while. Tournament play early on is when he got that bomb. Very quiet here. Here's a pitch, and he rips that to the third baseman. Golden snags it, throws back to second, and the throw is in time, but despite his hustle, Blake Watts could not get to second base and step on it before Kennett returned to the bag. So 2 away. Now the Dutch boy, Kyle Rosa. And Williams has a good opportunity here to get out of this without giving up any runs, but Rosa, a tough customer, as we know. Breaking ball, he watches that go by, and it's 1-0. Kyle didn't do any position playing in his sophomore year. Did play a little bit of outfield during the 2020 preseason, and that was all shut down, but he's been playing in the outfield lately. Takes a pitch, strike, letter high on the outside edge. Where's number 19? And he's trying to get his teammate J.J. Kennett home from second base. It's 3-0 Ridgepoint. We're in the top of the second. Williams steps off for a moment. Williams nods at his catcher, DeSiga. Comes set, looks back at second. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, and that's a beauty right on the outside corner, 1-2.
You're right, Kyle.
Now the Dutch boy knows how to paint, but Williams was saying, yeah, I can paint the outside corner too. If Kyle wants to go oppo, that wind has picked up again, going out to right field. Williams brings it high for a ball, and it's 2-2. So Fort Bend kids and teachers have another half week off. Spring break is a spring break and a half. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball inside corner, called strike 3, and Ridgepoint is denied any more runs here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left, and we'll continue to the bottom of the second.
Dog Nation, we want to thank our
Austin,
press box sponsor,
3-0.
Johnson Garcia LLP, Houston's premier person.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
The fine folks at First Tire and Automotive have some amazing specials during the month of March. Don't go off on your travels during this exciting spring of discovery and rediscovery without getting your car checked out. They have some amazing specials in March. You can save $50 on a brake pad replacement. If you get a set of 4 tires, they'll knock $50 off that. If you get 2 tires, they'll knock off $25. Great discounts on synthetic blend oil changes and the Good Stuff synthetic oil changes. So it'll be Blake Watts, Tyler Doe, and Eros DeSiga coming up for these Austin Bulldogs. Senior infielder Blake Watts. Right-hander facing Parker Menifee. Here's the pitch. Outside, or I thought it was going to be outside, but it was called a strike. My bad. I should not speak so soon. Menifee rocks and brings the 0-1. Down in the dirt. Watts not chasing. Not much wind tonight, which is nice. And there's a ground ball. Vasas backhands it or tries to, and he will throw, but it'll be late. And I'm not really sure how I would score that if I were the official scorer.
The designated hitter,
that was deep in the hole at short. I'm going to give Watts a base hit. All right, Tyler Doe, the DH. And my info on Doe, I think, is mostly pitching stuff, too. It's all about his pitching prowess. Throw over and a dive back in successfully by Watts. And Watts is pretty good at stealing bases. Kennett came crashing in, expecting a bunt. Doe ready, swings away, and it's to right center field. Going to hang up, but it's going to carry 2, and it gets over and beyond Dasher, who made a long run. And we'll have runners at second and third on a double by Doe. So the Dogs threatening. 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out for Eros DeSiga.
Catcher, number 21, Eros DeSiga.
I want to say hi to my friend Heather Ellis, and I hope she's listening. She had a cat named Eros. That's the first time I had heard that particular 4 letters used that way. Here's the first pitch, and DeSiga takes it outside for a ball. Now they're making a little bit of noise over in the third base dugout where the Austin Bulldogs are. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss at the high heat, and it's 1-1. There we go. Will Farrell is in the ballpark tonight. How about that? Here's the 1-1. And going the other way with it, a little one-hopper to first base, and it spins away from Garrett Johnson. A run scores, and here comes another one. Here's the play at the plate. High throw. Sliding in safely is Doe. Watts and Doe score on an error by the first baseman, Garrett Johnson.
Center fielder, number 24,
and on the throw home,
Ryan
DeSiga makes it to second, and they'll replace him with a courtesy runner. That thickens the plot here. 3-2 our score.
Courtesy runner for
Still nobody out.
For the Bulldogs, number 23.
Yes, and that
Mark
courtesy
Sherman.
runner is Mark Sherman.
At second base for the
That's
Dogs.
his dad up in the press box announcing his son's name, which is the same as his. And Brandon Nelson goes out there to talk to his pitcher, Parker Menifee. The tying run is at second base here in the bottom of the second. And now it's up to Ryan Branch.
You're right, Pete.
Ryan Branch does a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Some of you know what I just did there. He's real good at stealing bases. Michelle Branch was pretty good at stealing hearts, but back to the game. Menifee looks back at second. His first pitch is down and away, ball one on Ryan Branch. By the way, Sherman out there running had a double in a Saturday game against Spring Woods as the Dogs wrapped up tournament play, the Fort Bend tournament, playing games on their home ballpark. Bunt attempt popped into the air, and Menifee catches it, and there's the first out, and Sherman has to scurry back to second.
The pitcher, number 10, Bryson Williams.
Now Bryson Williams. Pitcher, and you might remember his dad was an Astro, Brian Williams. Menifee comes set. Comes home with it. Swing and a miss by Williams. By the way, I can't believe I didn't mention this earlier. He threw a 5-inning no-hitter during tournament play. He also had a triple in the game against Westside, which we had for you last Thursday. Breaking ball. That sure looked good, but it's called a ball, 1-1. I'm mulling something over in my head about college allegiances, and I really don't know if I should go with it necessarily. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Coming up empty on the high heat is Bryson Williams. It's chilly out here tonight, and if you're wearing the Gator mask, that's actually a very good call. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, he had him flailing away at the big breaker on 1 and 2.
Shortstop, Nikwan Benjamin.
Second strikeout for Menifee and the second out of the inning. So the Dogs have gotten 2 runs already, and they would just love to tie this thing up, but it's going to be up to Nikwan Benjamin. Nikwan ready, looks at the first pitch, breaking ball in the outside corner. And for the first time this year, I'm going to use the phrase generously given. I think it was a pretty liberal outside corner. And Nelson parked on the outside corner, and he threw it there again. That time it is ball 1. And it looks like maybe Benjamin has a little something in his eyes. Steps out. Benjamin digging in, standing tall in the box. Here's the 1-1. Down and away, and I guess that was a called strike because the umpire didn't make that little signal with his hand that says the batter went around. And, well, that was pretty generous, too. Anyway, 1 and 2. Benjamin's got to protect here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at the same pitch. He had to go after it. And that'll do it for the Dogs. But they do get 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on. We'll continue to the third. Ridgepoint leads Austin 3-2. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of
business. We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for helping us take care of business all year long. By the way, this is our 95th broadcast of the year 2020-2021. Fort Bend ISD and many districts in the area and across Texas have forged ahead with playing the games that kind of help keep us alive, keep us happy. And we didn't hesitate to come out and broadcast, as long as they said it was okay.
Top of the third, first baseman Garrett Johnson.
Now Garrett Johnson for these Ridgepoint Panthers, who doubled and scored in the first. Garrett stands near the plate from the right-handed batter's box. Bryson Williams rocking and firing. Breaking ball in the outside corner. He's lived out there tonight and done very well. Here comes the next one. Up and in for a ball. On April 1st, we'll have the softball game for you between Austin and Ridgepoint. Ridgepoint won the first one right here in peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek. So we'll go to the hard scrabble streets of Siena for the return match. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, it's golfed into short left center. Will it drop? Yes, it will.
There you go, Garrett.
Nice effort there, but there was no way that Benjamin could track that thing down. And it's a single to lead off the third by Garrett Johnson, who's now 2 for 2.
The catcher, Brandon Nelson.
Now, Brandon Nelson, he popped up to the third baseman his first time, but like I said, I don't know if there's any connection between him and this place called Nelson Water Gardens, but I noticed they did some commercials on local TV a few years ago where they put together a very nice commercial. I think it was even a minute-long commercial. And they'd run it on the weekends, when the wife makes you go to the nursery place and get plants and pots and stuff. And so, well, let me continue with this Nelson Water Garden story momentarily as the left-handed swinging Brandon Nelson comes up with a runner at first. That's Garrett Johnson. And Williams comes home with the first pitch. Down, and it gets under DeSiga, but no movement over there by Johnson. So, at the end of this commercial for Nelson Water Gardens, they say, you can find us. They don't give you the address. They don't tell you how to get there. They just say, you can find us. And I was thinking, you can go get somebody else to find you. Swing and a pitch to the left center field gap, and it's down for a hit. It's a single. Nice job out there by McGoldrick getting it back in, but Ridgepoint has runners at first and second with nobody out. So as soon as Parker Menifee is touched up for a couple of Bulldog runs, his teammates start to threaten here.
Second baseman, Zach Ellis.
And Zach Ellis, he had a single in his first trip.
Your attention, please, for Ridgepoint, the courtesy runner for Nelson, number 15, Mason Dossett.
Thank you. That is Mason Dossett out there
for Ridgepoint.
Mason Dossett with a stolen base on Tuesday night. Saturday against Clements in a game that was not part of district play. He went 1 for 2 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Williams trying to wriggle off the hook here in the third. He's got 2 runners on with nobody out, and the first pitch. And it's a strike on the outside corner. That curveball is still working for him. Ellis looks down at Coach Welch. I noticed some of the players are wearing the long sleeves under their jerseys and some are not. Those who are not might be regretting it. Ellis with the low, slow practice swings. Williams looks back at second. And here comes the pitch. Down and in.
Good eye, Zach.
Went right over his toenails, and it's 1-1. Still that gentle wind blowing out toward right field. Williams very deliberate with his stretch. Comes set. Double take towards second. Ellis takes a ground curveball low. Different games have a different pace, and tonight's game has kind of a slow pace. Williams does not work very quickly. Looks back at second. Now comes home with it. Ellis hits one high in the air down the left field line, giving chase is McGoldrick. Moves over and falls down, but makes the catch. Good job out there. Gets it back in, and the runners hold.
Designated hitter, Joseph Richard.
You know, we have had some tough wins to deal with. There was a play on Tuesday night where Rosa in left field for Ridgepoint was sprinting back, thinking a ball might even be over his head, but he had to quickly dig his feet into the grass and then push back forward as it almost landed in front of him. Now Joe Richard, the DH, a strikeout victim his first time. More softball players coming into the ballpark. One away for Richard. Runners first and second. Johnson is at second, and it's a courtesy runner at first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside corner this time, and Williams put it right where he wanted to. Williams nods at his catcher, DeSiga, who moves to the outside corner. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball down and in. 1-1 the count. You know, I said Joe Richard. I think it's actually Quinn Pfeiffer. Sorry about that. Quinn Pfeiffer is now batting in the DH spot. Williams nods again. Now they'll look back at second. Here comes the pitch. And it is two-hopper past the second baseman into right center field. Here comes Garrett Johnson to score, and the ball quickly back in, and it's a single, actually a double for Quinn Pfeiffer. I was thinking they may say single, and then he took second on a throw, but the throw was 2 seconds, so he gets a double. And so you have the courtesy runner at third. I'm going to get an ID on him. Mason Dossett, of course, I should have remembered that. 4-2 is now our score, and Ridgepoint threatening for more with only one out and runner second and third. Pitch to Owen Ferris is low for ball one. Ferris popped up to the shortstop Benjamin when he came up in the first inning. Williams comes set, brings the pitch home. There's a strike on the outside corner, a little tailing fastball, little run in it, just moved it right over the outside edge. Ferris digs in. Here's the pitch. And he goes the other way with it. High fly ball to Logan Witt. Drifts back, makes the catch. And tagging from third and coming on home is the courtesy runner, Mason Dossett, and it's 5-2 Ridge Point. Sac fly for Owen Ferris.
Third baseman, J.J. Kennett.
Let's go, J.J.
Now J.J. Kennett. He walked to lead off the second. Williams nods at DeSiga. Again, the outside target. Pitch high for ball one. Kennett wears the batting helmet with a little bit of gray ornamentation there. He doesn't wear the solid purple. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one's up.
Go, JJ. Bring him in.
And it's 2-0. Umpire holds up the peace sign to indicate that it's 2-0, despite the scoreboard saying it's 1-0. And that pitch is inside, and now it goes 3-0. And they fixed it.
Let's go 4.
And the question now, will Coach Welch give him the green light here? Here's the pitch. Downstairs, and even if the green light had been given, well, there's no sense swinging at that one.
Dasher.
4-pitch walk. Now we have runners at the corners. Quinn Pfeiffer at third. And over at first, Kennett, after drawing the walk, 2 away. And Tyler Dasher will try to add to the 5-2 lead for the Panthers. Correction, 5-3, sorry. And DeSiga comes out of his crouch, throws to second, almost throws it over Benjamin's head. They're getting a runner in a hot box, and they tag him out. So, I don't think that's exactly what Coach Welch wanted to happen, but it's a caught stealing, and it erases Kennett. That'll be the third out. And we'll be back here on VypeFortBend.com with the Austin Bulldogs batting in the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
I had to crank that up because I truly believe that Billy Squire was underrated. Are you looking for the perfect combination of flavor and heat to spice up your lunch? Look no further than Whataburger's new spicy chicken sandwich, available for a limited time. I know they're still selling them today because I ate one on the way here. All right, I had mentioned, I said 5-2 because I thought that was the score. Then I looked at the scoreboard and it said 5-3, and now I feel so affirmed because it was and is 5-2 as the Dogs bat in the bottom of the third. So I messed up the inning and a whole lot of other stuff verbally, but not in my book. Ryan Dugas to lead things off against Parker Menifee. Again, 5-2, Ridgepoint on top. Dugas grounded out, hit to shortstop his first time. Looks at a pitch downstairs. That was the second delivery, and it's 2-0. Harrison Golden and Logan Witt to follow. Lefty hitting Ryan Dugas. Here's the pitch. Outside. And Parker Menifee falls behind 3-0. He's issued one walk already, but it wasn't a 4-pitch walk. And that one is low. That one is a 4-pitch walk. So Dugas, who's got pretty good speed, heads on down to first, and now Harrison Golden, who was the first one to draw the walk.
Third baseman, Harrison Golden.
That Mr. Sherman's got some pretty good pipes. That was always one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. And now Parker Menifee is coming out, and something that Coach Welch saw during that walk that makes him decide that he's going to make a change. And it looks like it'll be Kyle Rosa, because Rosa's coming in from left field. Looks like he will get himself a different glove. We'll be back to detail all the changes for you as Ridgepoint pitching to Austin in the bottom of the third. 5-2, Panthers on top.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
From first base to left field, Garrett Johnson. Moving from left field and now on the mound, number 19, Kyle Rosa. Rosa now on the mound for Ridgepoint.
Okay, you heard the man. It is Parker Menifee moving to first base. Rosa now on the mound. And in left field, it is Garrett Johnson, who had been playing first base. All right, so on Rosa, the last time he pitched was in a Saturday game against Clements. That was not a district game. It was just kind of a tune-up. And he threw 1 inning, 15 pitches, 67% strikes, and he struck out 3 Clements Rangers. So you can't strike out more than 3 unless there's a drop third strike somewhere along the way. So in college and professional baseball, if you're the starter, you have to go 5 innings to get the win. Not so much in high school baseball, it's kind of the coach's discretion. I love that song. All right, so Rosa ready, runner at first. And here's the first pitch, and it's outside as he delivers to Harrison Golden. Golden, as we said earlier, walked when he faced Menifee. Rosa shakes off one sign from his catcher, Nelson. Now comes set, comes home. Down and away for ball 2. One thing that Coach Welch always wants, he wants his pitchers to throw strikes. And now there's going to be a little conference between Brandon Nelson and Kyle Rosa.
Bueller. Bueller.
You know, they ought to do that when Owen Ferris comes up. All right. Now the conversation is over. And there's a quick throw over. That was really close, but safe is Dugas. Wasn't there some author from a previous century named Dugas? Or was that just Dumas, the guy who wrote Count of Monte Cristo? Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mid of Nelson. And it's 2-1. Very tempting pitch for Golden. He had to go after it, but it had that late movement. And it's just nicked the end of the bat. Rosa with his toe on the first base side of the pitcher's rubber. Brings the pitch home. Fouled straight back into the screen.
Kyle.
Nobody said anything. Maybe they did and they were just wearing their masks. You know, charge. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed, and Nelson has to dig it out, and there's no advance to first. Wait a minute, it was a foul tip. Never mind, it's not a strikeout. It was a foul tip. The home plate umpire, very decisive in the way he's calling it, and Coach Welch wants to come out and talk about it, I think. There's a little murmur going over the crowd. But Coach Welch takes a couple of steps and says, forget it. Goes back into the dugout.
He didn't touch that.
But it's still 2-2, and Gold is still up there swinging. There's another quick throw, a snap throw by Rosa, and another close play as Dugas dives back in. Rosa gets his sign, takes a cursory look at first base. Here's the pitch, and that's high in the air to left field. Moving back is Johnson, not too far from the pole, makes the catch, gets it back in. One away.
Right fielder, Logan Witt.
All right, Logan Witt. He's the freshman. He did not drive himself to the game, but he can send one to the gap and drive home a run. Swings big at the first pitch, 0-1. Well, I'm presuming he didn't drive himself to the game. Nothing in 1 the count. Rosa ready to bring the next one. Here it comes. And it's fouled straight back into the pad. By the way, when I was in high school, you took driver's ed at school. But nowadays, the schools don't do that anymore. You have to go to a private company. Here's the pitch. Witt with a late swing. Vasa scoops one, steps on second for one. On the first double play. It goes 6-3, and that'll do it for the Dogs in the bottom of the third. And we'll go to the top of the fourth. Ridge Point leading 5-2.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Tyler Dasher, Justin Vossas, and Kyle Rosa are due for the Ridgepoint Panthers in the top of the fourth. They lead at 5-2. Actually, this is not going to be, yes, it is going to be Dasher. I just put the wrong number in my scorebook. He's 2, not 1. All right, Dasher steps in. Wide open stance from the right-handed box, and it's still Bryson Williams out there chunking for the Austin Bulldogs. Bryson kicks and comes home with the first one. It's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Dasher grounded back to Williams in his first at bat in the second. And timeout called by Dasher as Williams was about to go into his windup, and he looks a little bit miffed. And Coach Jim Tucker comes out of the dugout for Austin. I'm not sure what this will be about. And I have a crowd mic, but I don't think it'll pick up what they're talking about. Okay, you heard "here we go," so here we go.
Calls that a ball, a balking ball.
All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. All right, so thank you for that. I didn't know that. So there was not really truly a balk because there are no base runners, but it was just, it's 1-2. I'll ask an umpire when I get a chance. Slow roller to the left side. Coming in to scoop it, but cannot scoop it cleanly is Golden. And it's just a little bleeder, but it goes down in the scorebook as a frozen rope to the outfield. Dasher had to dash over to first base, but
shortstop.
Little did he know Golden was not able to scoop it.
Stay back, but
I think he would have beaten it out anyway. Dasher lives up to his name. Now Vossas with a chance to move the runner over. Justin is 1 for 2 with a double, and he takes a strike on the outside corner to open the at-bat. Something that I really wish I could have witnessed but never got to was Justin's sophomore season. Here's the 0-1. There goes the runner. Swung on. Golden backhands it. Throws to second. Gets the out. On to first, but not in time for the double play. That is remarkable in that Dasher broke with the pitch, and yet Golden got it over to second and got the out there.
Kyle Rosa.
And that's the kind of play that you can only make when you play years and years of select ball, and you get that judgment. You know when not to go to second and when to just get the easy out at first. So Voss is safe on the fielder's choice. Here's the pitch to Rosa. Takes a strike. Looks down at Coach Welch. Williams looks over at Vossas, who is a good threat to steal. Here's the pitch. Rosa, and has that one go over his head. If he hadn't really ducked, he would have gotten hit on the coconut there. Rosa's 1 for 2, including a first inning single, came around to score. Vossas with the secondary lead. Williams comes set, throw over, Vossas back in with one hand. And Dugas did not apply a tag. Williams comes set again, brings it. Rosa hits one high in the air to center field. Branch ranging back, coming in now, makes the catch. Vossas had gone halfway to second, now he's got to go back. 2 away. Garrett Johnson will be the one with an opportunity to,
Left fielder, Garrett
drive in a run.
Johnson.
Let's go, Garrett.
One out. Vossas still at first. Here goes Vossas. The pitch is high for a ball, and the throw down will not get him. Stolen base for Justin Vossas. After that high pitch, 1-0 on Garrett Johnson. Johnson ready. Williams brings it. Down and away with a breaking ball. You could have a pretty good team of all-stars for Ridge Point in their history with the first name Garrett. Here comes the 2-0. Johnson takes a strike at the knees. Garrett Mitchell was a very solid pitcher for Ridge Point in 2019. That was his senior year, and he was the winning pitcher in Game 1 of the series against Atascocita. Played in the rain. There was a power failure. It was nuts. Ridge Point was down 7 runs, and they won it. And then they came back to Siena and swept it in Game 2. Down and away with that pitch, 3-1 now on Johnson. The thing I hated about that Game 2 was that I had to go to Travis's graduation because of my niece. I didn't get to call Ridge Point knocking out Atascocita. Ready for the 3-1. Williams brings it to Johnson. Swung on a chopper toward short. Benjamin comes up on 2 hops, fires across, gets the second out. Vossas is going to be stranded at third, and that will do it for Ridge Point here in the 4th. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com. Our score, Ridge Point 5 and Austin 2.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
Kyle Rosa out there for his first full inning of work. Presumably, he'll face Blake Watts, Tyler Doe, and Eros De Siga. So Ridge Point has won 8 straight. They're 12-5 overall, 1-0 in district play. Their losses have been to quality teams: Kincaid, Katy, Lamar, Cinco Ranch, and Tompkins. Be nice to get revenge on Tompkins in the playoffs. Their runs scored, 5 per game for the Panthers, and what they've allowed on average in 17 games is 3.9. But they've really improved on both of those numbers in March. Through 11 March games, they've averaged 6.1 runs scored and only 2.7 allowed. So Ridge Point, by the way, has shut out an opponent 3 times, but the Panthers themselves have not been shut out. So here we go with Slick Watts. Righty to righty. Rosa pitches from the stretch, even with the bases empty, and he catches the outside corner, generously given. And a good job by Nelson. He kind of framed that thing, maybe bought the call. I don't know. Here's the 0-1, down in the dirt. An amazing story by Ridgepoint. They had 2 walk-offs during non-district play in the span of 22 hours. Thursday was 8 days ago. I'll tell you what happened in a moment. Nelson sets up on the outside corner. The 1-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Well, Kyle missed the target, but he got the strike. Well, in the second tournament game on Thursday, 8 days ago, it was against Katie Taylor, and Tyler Dasher was Ridgepoint's starting pitcher. There's more. Here's the 1-2, way outside, and it's 2-2. So just like Tuesday night, Tyler Dasher threw 6 2/3 innings. He was relieved with 2 out in the 7th in a scoreless game, and Hunter Nichols threw 4 pitches, struck a guy out. He became the winning pitcher eventually. Hold that thought. Here's the 2-2. Strike at the knees and a looking strikeout. Down goes Watts. All right, so then Hunter Nichols came out of the bullpen. And again, he ended up being the winning pitcher because an Owen Ferris 1-out sacrifice bunt and a balk scored Zach Ellis. And they won that game by a score of 1-0. And the second game, well, was a little bit different. Rosa's first pitch swung on and missed by Tyler Doe. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that game against Katie Taylor. Ridgepoint won the game 1-0, even though they didn't score, didn't get a hit. They were held hitless, and yet they won the game 1-0. 0-1 on Doe. Swing, and he sprays it foul over toward the tennis courts, and I think it actually was on the line. So in the second game of that 22-hour span, they went to their last at bat against Katie Pato. As the curveball is high, it's 2-2. So they had a 3-3 game going to their last at bat against Katie Pato. Quinn Pfeiffer walked. Vossas beat out a sac bunt, and the Pato first baseman made a throwing error, and the winning run scored, and Ridgepoint walked off winners 4-3. Well, Rosa throws a pitch that's high, and Nelson can't flag it down. I'm glad that didn't hit the umpire in the face. That we might have had to finish this game with one umpire. That got away from Kyle, and the count now 2-2. All right, so enough about that 2 walk-offs with bangs, with a whimper, not a bang, in the span of 22 hours. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tied him up inside, and 2 strikeouts in the inning for the Dutch boy, painting the inside corner. And I don't think that's what Doe expected. Eros de Siga. I don't have time to tell you what his first name means according to the Greek. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A big healthy cut by de Siga, but he comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Rosa looking inside, comes set. Again from the stretch, without base runners. Down and away, backhanded by Nelson. One of those pitches that if it was a major league game, they would have changed out the baseball. But we don't need no stinking smudge-free baseball. Here's the 1-1. Up and in, check swing, appeal to first, and they say de Siga went around. Austin fans don't like it. Ridgepoint fans think it's wonderful. 1-2.
One more 1-9.
Rosa looking in at Nelson, ready to bring the 1-2. Down and away, 2-2.
Kyle.
DeSiga wasn't going to go fishing. He might have plans for that tomorrow. Here's the 2-2. And he goes the other way, and a beautiful piece of hitting inside the right field line. A single for DeSiga. So he's reached twice, once on an error in the second and now here in the fourth. And Ryan Branch is due. We'll have a courtesy runner.
Your attention, please, for Austin, courtesy runner for DeSiga.
Mark Sherman is running.
Number 23, Mark Sherman. Sherman now at first base.
Austin with the white batting helmets.
Center fielder Ryan
Sherman with
Branch.
an opportunity to run. And, of course, he'll be off with the crack of the bat if Branch puts it in play. Rosa brings the first pitch. Check swing, and it's high and away. And there's a quick throw over, but back in is Sherman. Branch tried to bunt when he came up in the second and popped it into the air. Right back to Parker Menifee. Rosa with another quick move. He's got a good move for a right-hander. Again, it's close, but again, Sherman is safe. Menifee still holding the runner on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1 on Ryan Branch. Taps the outside corner of the plate, then the inside corner. Nelson with his signs. Rosa brings the 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Don't forget, no softball broadcast. The non-district game between Cinco Ranch and the Ridge Point girls was canceled. No big need to play a non-district game. Swung on and missed on the 2-1, and the count's even 2-2. Bryson Williams would be next if Ryan Branch can get on. Rosa comes set. Now a quick throw over. And Sherman paying attention like he should. Here's the pitch. High for a ball, and it's 3-2, so that means that Sherman will get a head start as soon as Rosa moves toward the plate this time. But if you're Sherman, you've got to make sure, do not assume he's just going to throw the pitch. He might throw over again. Branch digs in. Righty working to righty. And there's a throw over, and Sherman dives back in, and Parker Menifee tagged him on the tushy, but the ball squirted out of his glove. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball 4. Runners first and second. Now Bryson Williams will come up.
The pitcher, Bryson Williams.
By the way, I met Bryson's mom on the way into the ballpark today. She has multiple baseball playing sons, as they all have major league DNA. So Bryson Williams could really help himself out. He's still the pitcher of record for Austin, but hold on. Coach Welch has asked for time, and he wants to come out and talk to Rosa. We do have somebody warming up in the Ridge Point bullpen, and that somebody is Hunter Nichols. He's usually the closer, but they might bring him on for a little bit longer work. So let's kind of look ahead in here, and we'll go inside the mind of Clinton Welch. So Ridge Point is on the 23rd, which is this coming Tuesday. They're going to be taking on Dulles. So Dulles is no pushover. It doesn't mean you want to burn everybody on your staff. And there is not going to be a pitching change. Nichols continues to throw, but it's still Kyle Rosa's game.
Go, Kyle.
And here we go. Williams hit a triple in the game against Westside that we broadcasted about 10 nights ago. Check that. It was actually only 8 nights ago. The first pitch high to Williams. Rosa peers in, gets the sign. Runners first and second. Down and away for ball 2. DeSiga got the opposite field single down the right field line. Then Ryan Branch walked, and Bryson Williams would love to do something to make this game closer, but he takes a strike on the outside corner. Passover's coming soon. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And you don't think Rosa wants to go to a full count here with Williams, do you? I almost pulled a Dan Deerdorf there. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rosa gets his man. He lets a couple of guys get on, but he puts out his own fire. 2 runners left, 1 hit in the inning, but no runs across for Austin, and we'll continue on to the 5th. Ridge Point leads Austin 5-2.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
Mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land. They've been taking care of business and helping us take care of business every day as we bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. This is our 95th broadcast of volleyball, football, girls and boys basketball, softball, and baseball, and we're going to have to find a way to work some soccer in too. I can't be in multiple places at once, though. That's my problem.
Off for Ridge Point.
All right, so we got some changes for the Austin Bulldogs. First of all, they've got a new pitcher, Tyler Doe. I'll tell you a little something about him soon. Ryan Dugas has moved from first base to left field, and Mark Sherman is now playing first base. And I think that's the extent of the changes. Left-handed hitting, Brandon Nelson to lead off for Ridge Point, and Doe's first pitch to him is sliced foul. Just misses the light standard on the left side. So Tyler Doe got the save in that game we brought you against Westside last Thursday. And in that game, he pitched 1 1/3 innings, gave up no hits or runs, struck out 3, and walked 2, just to make it interesting. Next pitch to Nelson is inside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Tyler Doe, a right-hander. But he pitches from the stretch in every situation. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside edge, and not my style, said Brandon Nelson.
Let's go, Brandon.
Nelson ready. Doe brings it, and it's off the end of the bat, fouled in the backstop. By the way, Austin has a very exciting basketball player named Ethan Toe, and they have the pitcher Tyler Doe. And when Ethan Toe makes a three-pointer in a basketball game, I love to say triple toe in honor of Scott Hamilton, the greatest figure skating analyst who ever lived. The 1-2 pitch was low. It's 2-2. Nelson mashes the helmet down on his head, grips the bat high. Here's the pitch, and he golfs it into short left center. Here's an on-the-run play and a beautiful dive, but Branch can't come up with it. Nelson is going to be held at first. Great job by Branch to get back to his feet and get it back in, and that'll be a base hit.
Second baseman, Zach
Nelson
Ellis
is now 2 for 3. Zach Ellis is 1 for 2. And he'll be looking at Tyler Doe for the first time.
Point. Courtesy runner for Nelson, number 15, Mason Dossett.
Mason Dossett going to run
base
for Nelson off of first base, and we'll see if they'll try to steal a base with Mason.
Hurdles out there, he'll make it.
By the way, I didn't watch as much March Madness as I usually do today. I was getting ready for this game, of course. Doe brings it. Pitch is low for ball 1 to Zach Ellis. So, March Madness to me is not nearly so interesting without fans in the stands, because I turned on the game between Colgate and Arkansas, and Colgate was leading 33-19. And the arena's not rocking with these fans from other teams wanting the underdogs to win. Swing and a miss by Ellis. It's 1-2. By the way, Arkansas scored the last 17 points of the first half, and they ended up taking the lead, and they never lost the lead thereafter. And Colgate, you know, sometimes when the toothpaste comes out of the tube, it's tough to put it back in. Here's the 1-1, and it's a chopper toward third. Golden on 2 hops, throws across and gets Ellis. But that moves through a pinch runner over to second. And Dossett's in scoring position. Time called by the catcher, DeSiga. Score that one 6-3. Dossett at second, and the opportunity now is for Quinn Pfeiffer. When I hear the name Pfeiffer, I think of Paul Pfeiffer, the best friend of Kevin Arnold on the series The Wonder Years. That was an awesome show. Pfeiffer ready, looks at a breaking ball right down the middle for a strike that came right down Pheasant Creek Boulevard. Pfeiffer rests the bat on his shoulder. Now he's got it poised. Doe looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Dossett looking over at Coach Welch. I think he wants to run, he being Dossett. 5-2 Ridge Point. We're in the top of the 5th. Doe looks back. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. 2-1 on Quinn Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer doubled in the third. Joe Richard was batting in the DH spot when the game started. Here's the pitch. Swung on at a breaking ball, got just a piece of it. And it's 2-2. Ball rattled around, and DeSiga asked for time briefly to step out halfway to the mound and say a little something to Doe. Doe looks back at Dossett. Watts is kind of sneaking over there. Watts, the second baseman. Here's the pitch. Pfeiffer swings and misses it. A beautiful breaking ball. And that's the Pac-Man sound. I remember
right
that.
Fielder, Owen Ferris.
Now, Owen Ferris. Like I said, they should bring out that Bueller thing right now. Ferris, Bueller, you know. Doe shakes off a sign. Now he's got the one he wants. Here's the pitch. Down and away. DeSiga blocks it. Our broadcast plans can always change, but right now we're planning on being at the Clements Elkins game on Tuesday night. Here's the 1-0. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1 to Owen Ferris. Popped up to short, but he hit a sacrifice fly to drive in one of the Panthers' 5 runs.
Let's go, Owen.
Doe ready to bring the 1-1. Breaking ball in there. That's kind of like Bob Nepper breaking ball. Or I guess it should go more modern and say Zach Greinke. Then on Friday night of next week, we will have Travis against Clements. And there's a little golf shot, a wedge shot into short center field, and coming around third and coming home. Throw cut off, relay, not in time. Gossett scores. It's a run-scoring single for Owen Ferris.
Let's go, JJ.
Third baseman.
Now J.J. Kennett. This is one of those Roberta Flack songs where Ridgepoint is just kind of killing them softly. No big innings. Just kind of a run here, a run there. They had 3 in the first to move ahead, kind of like an America's Cup yacht race. And 2 more in the third and 1 here in the 5th. J.J. Kennett has walked twice. He's looking at Tyler Doe for the first time. Doe comes home with it, and that's popped in the air, foul out of play. And it lands inside the construction zone. No game is complete without a baseball hitting the aluminum bleachers. So we need that to happen. And I think everybody's hands are so cold, nobody's going to try to catch anything. That is to left center field, but it's going to hang up nicely for Dugas. He's got it. That'll do it for Ridgepoint here in the 5th, but they do pick up a run. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th.
Sponsor again, Johnson Garcia LLP, Houston's premier personal injury attorneys. No one will fight harder for you. Find them online at johnsongarcialaw.com.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Check out some of the great March specials at all 4 First Tire and Auto locations. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard the same sound in your ear as I just heard in my headset. It didn't sound good in my headset, so I hope it wasn't unpleasant for you. Anyway, so at First Tire and Automotive during the month of March, you can get some great discounts. $50 off of a brake pad replacement. $50 off a set of 4 new tires, $25 off a set of 2 new tires. And you can also get great discounts on synthetic oil changes and synthetic blend, whatever your car likes most. Now back to the top of the order, Naquan Benjamin for Austin. And now Hunter Nichols is out there pitching for the Ridgepoint Panthers. Third pitcher of the night for the Panthers. Menifee started, then Rosa, and now Hunter Nichols. It's his game in the bottom of the 5th. He rocks and fires. Benjamin takes the second pitch. The first one was a strike. Now we're at 1-1. Give you some info on Hunter Nichols momentarily. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. So he got the save Tuesday against Clements. He pitched Thursday, 8 days ago, against Katie Taylor. He finished the top of the 7th and got the win in that walk-off we told you about. His 1-2 pitch is in the dirt, 2-2. And on Friday of last week against Peyto, he was the winner, throwing 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits and no runs. Nichols rocks and brings it. Just missed the inside corner. Nelson held it there for a second, trying to buy the call, didn't get it. And the count now full on Benjamin. Nichols rocks and brings it. And there's a roller to second base. That's going to be an easy play for Ellis, and he throws over to first, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th.
Left fielder, Ryan Dugas.
Ryan Dugas grounded out to short in the first, walked in the third. The righty Nichols will now work to the lefty hitter. Hunter comes home. Tailing fastball misses away. Next week on Tuesday, Austin hosting George Ranch. Swing and a foul back behind us. Goes all the way to the football field house. 1-1 the count. And next week, Ridgepoint will be at Dulles on Tuesday. 1-1, swing and a miss. Nichols really starting to bring it. We still have that wind blowing out to right field, but Austin's hitters haven't been able to really drive anything. Nichols gets the sign he wants, brings the 1-2, swung on and missed, and there's Hunter's first strikeout. 2 away and the base is empty, and now Harrison Golden.
Third baseman, Harrison Golden.
Harrison Golden now. Walked and flied out to left field. First pitch to him. Down and away a ball. By the way, next Friday night, Austin will be at Bush. And George Ranch will be at Ridgepoint. Here's the 1-0. Golden takes. And it's outside 2-0. I don't know this for sure, but I'll bet Harrison's mom liked Harrison Ford and probably still does, and maybe that's why he got that first name. And the count goes 3-0 as Nichols misses way outside. Here's the 3-0. Golden taking all the way, and it's in there. 3-1. Nichols shakes off 2 signs. Now he's ready, rocks and fires. Way outside, and there's a walk. They really should play the 1970s version of Walk This Way.
Right fielder, Logan.
Hit to ignite a rally as Austin trails 6-2. Hunter Nichols brings it down and in for a ball. It's a good thing folks didn't put away all their warm weather or cold weather gear. It's nippy out here. Here's the 1-0. Fouled straight back. And Witt gives it a look. Witt, the freshman, may be the face of the franchise here in a couple of years for Austin, maybe even next year. Here's the 1-1. Witt slices one, and it comes back off the backstop pretty hard. And it rolls 2/3 of the way toward third base, where Kennett picks it up. Logan Witt steps out of the box and ponders the upcoming 1-2 pitch. Nichols has not thrown over to try and get Golden. Here's the 1-2. That's going to hang up in right field for Ferris. He makes the catch. That does it for Austin in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, one man left. And we will go to the top of the 6th. Ridge Point leading Austin 6-2 on VypeFortBend.com.
FortBend.com is your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. Always free to listen live or listen later.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
You are the master of the We mean everything. We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Because we're having breastfeeding in the patio for us. So then it was like, yeah, we'll work with you.
All right, here we go. Ridge Point coming to bat in the top of the 6th, and they will send up Tyler Dasher, Justin Vossas, and Kyle Rosa. Dasher is 1 for 2 with a 4th inning single.
Center fielder Tyler Dasher.
Tyler Doe still pitching for the Dogs. Tyler to Tyler. Righty to righty. Doe to Dasher. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball, and he swung over it. 0-1. Dasher got the win on Tuesday night. Wanted the complete game. Didn't quite get it. Here's the pitch. And that's lashed foul on the ground outside of third. By the way, if you're wondering about statewide rankings, I checked out the Diamond Pro Texas High School Baseball rankings. As Dasher awaits the 0-2. DeSiga moves to the outside corner, but the pitch misses inside, and it's 1-2. So the highest ranked team in Region 3 out of the greater Houston area, where I guess the highest ranked team in Region 3 period in Class 6A is Tompkins. They're third at 16-1-1. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2. And by the way, this is not a misprint, and I'm not saying this wrong. It really happened. Tompkins beat Morton Ranch 38-0 last week. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Looked pretty good, but it's high for ball 3, and the count goes full on Tyler Dasher. Open stance for Dasher. Doe brings it. Swing and a miss. Now to the top of the order and Justin Vassis.
Shortstop, Justin Vassis.
By the way, other than Tompkins, you've got Katie out of Region 3-6A in the top 25, and Katie has already beaten Ridgepoint once this year in a meaningless game. The score was 11-4. The Tigers are 14-3, and you got Lamar, Clear Springs, and Bridgeland. They all made the top 25. No Fort Bend ISD teams in the top 25 yet. Vassis takes the first pitch, strike right down the middle. Vassis 1 for 3 with a double and came around to score in the first inning when Ridgepoint scored 3 times. The 0-1 breaking ball is high. Justin told me a couple of years ago he's going to Texas A&M. Now that I have an Aggie son, I hope that's true. Here's the 1-1. Outside, and it's 2-1. And nothing wrong with changing your mind when you decide something in 9th grade. Sometimes you make changes, but A&M would be a great place to go. Here's the 2-1. Big rip, but he fouls it straight back. And here comes Garrett Johnson to pick it up. Here's the 2-2. And it's another big swing, and he fouls it on the ground over to the left side, and it goes right under Coach Jim Tucker. My goodness. He just whiffed that one. And it was moving so slowly. The 2-2 on the way. Voss is high in the air, and it'll be on the infield. It's the shortstop, Benjamin, right in front of second base.
Left fielder.
2 away.
Kyle Rosa.
Now Rosa, just like Vassis, 1 for 3 on the night. Well, Vassis is now 1 for 4, but Rosa is 1 for 3 stepping up to the plate here. DeSiga sets up outside. Bunt shown. Rosa kind of offers at it, but it's called a strike. They play him straight away in the outfield, or maybe shaded just slightly to pull. And that pitch bounces in and gets by DeSiga. 1-1. Wind's still blowing out to right field. Rosa lets the 1-1 go by, and it's downstairs. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. That evens the count. Here at Austin, the softball field is just beyond the left field fence of the baseball diamond. The 2-2. And that hit Kyle. And he's headed to first base. But he's a baseball player.
First baseman, Garrett
Doesn't matter
Johnson.
how much it hurts, you can't act like it hurts. So I think when Austin was built, there was no girls UIL softball, and they didn't really make room for a softball field, but they just kind of shoehorned it into that little piece of property to the east of the baseball park. Here's the pitch, and Garrett Johnson takes it upstairs, ball 1. I think the same thing happened at Kempner, where if a right-handed batter fouls one off, it almost always ends up landing on the softball field. The 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. Doe not really showing too much interest in throwing over. I think if Rosa wanted to steal, he could just take it. But Mark Sherman is over there to hold him on. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, mid-thigh high. Johnson looks down at Coach Welch. Knows what he's supposed to do. DeSiga's on the outside corner again. And there goes Rosa, and the throw back to second is in time, and that'll end the inning. He took off before Doe made a move, and Doe's teammate said, "Yo, throw to second." And there you go. All right, so we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Ridge Point leading Austin, 6-2.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number one, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
Introducing the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger. With the flair of spicy, crispy chicken topped with fresh, cool veggies and pickles, this flavor speaks for itself. So stop by your hometown Whataburger and try it today. I'm not exactly sure what route the Ridge Point fans will take on their way home, but if they stick with Highway 6 most of the way, they'll have to stand strong against temptation to pick up something at Whataburger twice.
Second baseman, Blake Watts.
All right, Blake Watts to lead it off for the Austin Bulldogs in the bottom of the sixth. They've got to find 4 runs somehow in their final 2 at-bats. First pitch swinging, and Watts lifts one foul out of play to our right. He's 1 for 2 with a second inning single, and he scored one of the 2 Bulldog runs. Hunter Nichols out there for his second inning of work. Tall right-hander, Roxanne brings it. Breaking ball high, and it squirts out of Nelson's mitt. 1-1. So I think that, well, let's see. Bryson Williams was pitching from the windup if there was nobody on. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Watts. But other than Bryson Williams, Hunter Nichols the only other pitcher in this game who's gone from the windup. Roxanne brings the 2-2 down and away. Count goes full. And Watts has some speed, so I'm sure Nichols realizes how important it is to keep him off the base paths, but, well, the scoreboard was wrong. It said 3-2. So now it's 3-2. Nichols brings it downstairs, and it is a walk.
The pitcher.
Second walk by Nichols. Tyler Doe pitching. But he's been hitting all game because he started in the DH role. First pitch to Doe inside. He leans back, and that's ball 1. Righty working to righty. Nichols brings it down and away. Nelson grabs it. And Nelson now asks for time, and he wants to talk to Nichols a little bit. You know the name of this song? It's called Axel F, and it's by, I think, Herbie Hancock. It's from the movie Beverly Hills Cop. Here's the 2-0. Doe takes, and it's outside. Not even close with that one, and it's 3-0.
Let's go 7. 100.
And it's a 4-pitch walk as the 3-0 pitch is low. 2 walks for Nichols to start off the 6th.
DeSiga!
The number 7 hitter, Eros DeSiga, reached on an error in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. It's a beautifully lofted single down the right field line, and now time is called, and Coach Welch wants to talk to Nichols. Nobody's warming up for Ridge Point. See if anybody in the crowd is whistling. No, that's just a recording. And they cut it off anyway. Well, DeSiga could be one of several heroes, but Austin has just not been able to follow through on those rallies. They got 2 runs in the 2nd. That was it. They trailed 6-2. First pitch to DeSiga, swung on and missed. Nichols stands right in the middle of the rubber, brings the pitch home, and it's outside, 1-1. Watts is at second, Doe is at first. A 1-1 to DeSiga. Nichols brings it, swings and misses. DeSiga stepped in the bucket a little bit on that one. He takes a big, deep breath, steps back in. Dogs fans looking for something to cheer about as their team trails 6-2. Another swing and a miss at a pitch on the outside corner, and down goes DeSiga.
Center fielder,
first out.
Branch.
First out and the 2nd strikeout for Nichols. Now Ryan Branch. Branch is 0 for 1 plus a walk, swings and misses at the first pitch. And whatever was said during that brief timeout, I think Hunter Nichols has found his groove to get the ball into the strike zone. Branch is ready, takes a pitch outside, and Ryan's hope is that he can get a ball he can handle, maybe drive it to the gap. Wouldn't be a bad idea to go the other way with the wind blowing out to right. Nichols brings it on the outside corner, strike 2. It's Mark Sherman waiting to bat next. Nichols comes home with a 1-2, swung on and missed. Into the mid of Nelson, 2 away, and those runners are still at first and second. And now it's going to be up to Sherman.
First baseman, Mark Sherman.
Sherman batting for the first time tonight. He digs in, right-handed hitter. Nichols delivers. He was trying to go downtown, but he came up empty, and it's 0-1. Nichols comes home with the next one. Swung on and missed. He took a little bit off that one. Here's the 0-2. And it's a called strike three. Down goes Sherman. 3 strikeouts in a row for Hunter Nichols after he walked a couple of guys. And when it's their final at bat, the Dogs will be able to send up at the top of the order. But we go to the 7th, and Ridge Point leads it by a score of 6-2.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
.com Fort Bend County Baseball is brought to you tonight by Xfinity and First Tire and Automotive. And thank you, Office Depot in Sugar Land, Williams Trace at Southwest Freeway for the assist, helping us take care of business every day. Garrett Johnson has scored 2 runs, and he looks at the first pitch from Doe on the outside corner, strike 1. Doe brings it, and there's a ground ball right back to Doe, and it took him about halfway to first base. He underhands it to Sherman, 1 away. Score that 1-3.
Catcher Brandon Nelson.
Brandon Nelson, 2 for 3 tonight, and has scored 2 runs. I guess technically he hasn't scored the runs. Courtesy runners have scored the runs. He swings at the first pitch, and I think he was trying to put that up into the breeze blowing out to right, but he whiffed on it, and it's 0-1. Doe comes home with the next one, and it's down low. DeSiga scoops it. Doe goes from the stretch, bent at the waist. Now comes set and brings the 1-1 down and in. 2-1. These two teams will play each other again April the 13th. Here's the 2-1. Whoa, that's inside, and Brandon had to pull one of those jackknife moves to get out of the way. It's 3-1. With the stance from the left-handed box that is neither open nor closed. Here's the 3-1 from Doe. Takes inside, ball 4. So Brandon Nelson will trot on down to first, and I think we'll see Dawson come out of the dugout. Indeed. Nelson flips his batting helmet to Dawson.
Courtesy
will run
runner
from
for
first.
Nelson. Number 15, Mason Dawson. Dawson now at first base for Ridgepoint. Second baseman, Zach Ellis.
Now Zach Ellis. 1 for 3 on the evening. It's the last night of winter, and it's starting to feel like it. Pitch down and away to begin the plate appearance. Ellis with the black compression sleeve on the right arm, nothing on the left. DeSiga wants the pitch on the outside corner, and his pitcher hit the target, but that was not in the strike zone. Well, I guess if the guy they call Blue says it is, then it is. 1-1, and Ellis swings at a pitch in the dirt. 1-2. Ridgepoint leading it 6-2, trying to improve to 2-0 in District 26A play. And the Bulldogs, after losing at Travis 1-0 on Tuesday night, really desperately fighting to try and pull this out. And that was inside, and it caught Ellis on the left elbow, and he is wincing big time, and he's gingerly trotting on down to first.
Quinn Pfeiffer.
Ow. So a walk and a hit by pitch, and Austin, already trailing by 4, is in a little bit of a pickle, and here's Quinn Pfeiffer. Doe brings it, and that's high in the air, short right field. Going out is the second baseman. That's Watts, and he's got it. Woo.
Right fielder. Owen
2 away in the
Ferris.
inning. Now Owen Ferris had an RBI single when he came up in the 5th. Hit a sacrifice fly, so he's driven in 2 of the 6 Ridgepoint runs. First pitch to him, and a big rip, and I don't know if it caught the catcher or the ump. I guess it caught the ump. It caught him in the right hand. He's shaking it like he just put it in a beehive. His hand, I mean. and there's a timeout. The timeout is Austin doing the umpire the courtesy of letting him kind of let the pain go away. And if you're happy and you know it, don't clap your hands if you're the home plate umpire. Okay. Now back to the proceedings. 0-1 the count on Ferris. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Way outside, and it's 1-1. I think I said 0-1 before that pitch. I meant to. Dossett is at second. Ellis is at first. Here's the 1-1. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1. So I wonder which hurts more, the umpire's right hand or Zach Ellis's left elbow. Doe looks over at Ellis. Now looks back at Dossett. Brings the 2-1 outside, and it's 3-1. If he throws one more pitch outside the strike zone, he can load the bases for J.J. Kennett. Doe nods at his catcher. DeSiga wants it on the outside corner. Strike right down the middle. 3-2 is the count, and with 2 away, that means that.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Sorry, I had to pause and hear that. All right, so anyway, so Dossett will be running from second. Ellis will be running from first. As soon as the pitch is on its way to Ferris, here it comes. There they go, and he fouls it back. So everyone will have to return. You know, the gator mask is kind of coming in handy tonight for some folks. It is chilly. Might ask my phone just how cold it is. Here's another 3-2. There goes the runners. Pop to the first baseman. Sherman takes 2 steps back. He's got it. And that'll do it for Ridge Point. They get 2 runners on, one by a walk and one by a hit by pitch. But nothing other than that. And it'll be the Bulldogs' last chance when we return. They trail 6-2. This is VypeSportBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Leading off for the Bulldogs.
By the way,
in the bottom of the 7th.
Thank you for listening, and if you were kind enough to skip March Madness to listen to this ball game, well, teams from the state of Texas are 4-0 today. How about that? First pitch is outside. The delivery to Niquan Benjamin, the leadoff hitter at the top of the order for the Austin Bulldogs, and he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. First pitch was a ball, and the second one bounces in. 2-0. Austin just needs base runners right now. Here comes the next pitch from Nichols, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. Ryan Dugas is waiting to bat next. Here's the 2-1, and it's right back up the middle off of Nichols' gloves, and it's going to be a base hit. It ricocheted over to the second baseman, Ellis, but he really didn't have any time to throw out Niquan Benjamin, and they're going to come out and just make sure Nichols is okay. He's fine. It hit his glove.
Left fielder, Ryan Dugas.
So Austin is just badly in need of base runners, and now they have one. Ryan Dugas, left-handed hitter, facing Nichols. Here's the pitch. Outside and called a strike. I don't think so, but, you know, generously given outside corner. Nichols comes set, brings it, check swing, but it's on the outside corner again, and it's 0-2 on Dugas. He's going to have to go into protect mode, and he's going to have to protect an expanding strike zone. Here comes the 0-2, and he puts it in the air to right field. Ferris ranging back, makes the catch, and Benjamin has to retreat to first. One away, and now Harrison Golden comes up.
Third baseman, Harrison Golden.
All right. Golden ready, first pitch to him. It's a curveball that catches the inner half of the plate, and that was a beauty by Nichols. Nichols comes set, now brings the 0-1. That's a strike at the knees. Not my style, said Golden, but he has to protect here. Again, it's an expanding zone. He's got to adjust. Nichols brings the 0-2, and it is hit high in the air to center. Back goes Dasher. He's got it. 2 are out. Benjamin is still at first, and it's now down to Logan Witt. Remember a freshman who wore number 7. That was Justin Vassis. He wears number 8 now. Here's the first pitch, and in there for a strike. Witt might be in that mode of taking all the way until you get 1 strike, and then you work from there. Nichols wants to finish this quickly. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And the Dogs are down to their final strike. And it's a good thing in the cold my hands are shaking. I can't write legibly. Nichols looks over at Benjamin, not being held on first. Here's the 0-2. In under the elbows, ball, 1-2. Benjamin taking a huge lead. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, it's in the dirt, and he did hold up. It's 2-2. Bridgepoint remains 1 strike away. Nichols comes set. There goes Benjamin. Swing and a foul straight back, and Benjamin will have to return. That ball took a very strange carom, and Tyler Doe had to basically do a 40-yard dash out of the dugout to retrieve the stray foul ball. All right, here comes another 2-2 pitch. There goes Benjamin. Swing and another foul back. The last night of winter is Jack Frost is here, put it that way. Here's the 2-2. And another foul ball. Hanging in there like a rusty fishhook is Logan Witt. Ridgepoint trying to improve to 2-0 in district play. By the way, I want to say hi to Randy Ursery, the man for whom this field was named. He's listening in Montana and says, see you in April. And he'll be happy to know that that next pitch was a ball outside, and the count goes full, and Benjamin takes second. And if you're a nitpicky official scorer, you'd say it's not a stolen base because of fielder's indifference. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and fouled out of play again. I tell you what, Logan Witt just fighting it off, and maybe he'll get something that he can drive to the Gap. But he can't drive his car to the Gap or any other store. He's a freshman. Benjamin leading off second, nobody holding him there. Here's the 3-2, check swing, down low ball. Witt draws a walk.
Second
Benjamin is at second.
Blake Watts.
Now Blake Watts trying to keep this thing going, and Coach Ursery sent me that text, and he says that they put on their rally hats, he and Mrs. Ursery. His son Josh is in the dugout with Coach Tucker. They're hoping for a rally too. Here's the first pitch, and it misses the outside corner. 1-0 to Watts. 1 for 2 plus a walk. Nichols brings the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball to Vassis at short. Picks it clean, fires across, and that will do it. Ridge Point wins it by a score of 6-2. We will step aside and be back with the totals after this on VypeFortBend.com.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of three, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All out making it shake, doing the boot scoot boogie.
I'll tell you what, it's become the kind of night where you want to do the boot scoot and boogie just to keep yourself warm. But Ridge Point comes away with the victory, and here are the totals on tonight's game. For the visiting Ridge Point Panthers, they get 6 runs on 10 hits. They commit 1 error and leave 7 runners on base. For Austin, 2 runs on 4 hits. They committed 1 error and left 9 runners on base. In the time of the game, 2 hours and 27 minutes. And when you have a starter who does not go, I guess in high school baseball, you would want him to go 4 innings. And the starter for Ridge Point, Menifee, did not go that far. So I'm going to use my discretion and give the pitching victory tonight to Kyle Rosa. And also, there's not a specific thing on whether you award a save in high school baseball, but since Nichols pitched 2 innings, then he gets the save, and the losing pitcher is Brian Williams. So not all is lost for the Austin Bulldogs. They are off to an 0-2 start in District 26A, but they played toughies right out of the gate as they lost on Tuesday night to Travis, and tonight they lose to Ridge Point. So, next week on Tuesday, it'll be Ridge Point at Elkins. No, I'm sorry. Forget that. I misspoke. Okay, so on Tuesday, Clements will be going to Elkins, and we will have that game broadcasted for you. And Ridge Point will be going to Dulles, and the Austin Bulldogs will be hosting George Ranch. That's on Tuesday night. And then on Friday night, we'll have the broadcast game, Travis at Clements from Frankie Field. Austin will be at Bush on Friday, and Ridge Point will be hosting George Ranch. And then, by the way, we will also have a matinee broadcast on Saturday as the Terry Rangers take on the Kempner Cougars in a high noon game. So, thank you so much for listening to tonight's game. We want to thank our great sponsors, Xfinity, and also First Tire and Automotive. And thank you, Office Depot, for your assist, everything that you have been doing for us this year. So for everyone on the Vype team, Roger Smith saying so long from peaceful Bucolic Pheasant Creek. Our final score, Ridge Point beats Austin by a score of 6-2. And we will talk to you on Tuesday evening when we bring you the game between Clements and Elkins. Good night, everybody.